But what happened in the physical plane was I was sitting on the top of about a 12 to 14 foot tall column that's near my house that I like to sit on. It had a great big round concrete ball on the top of it. And I used to just sit up there and just tune into the universe. And there was and still is a cathedral about 1,000 feet from my house and where that tower was located. So while I was sitting up there, the bells of the cathedral rang at a very, very loud level. And I just passed out and fell off the column. And then my parents found me like 4 or 5 hours later. In other words, I passed out for 4 or 5 hours. Well, those 4 or 5 hours were actually the most divine moments of this whole lifetime. Because what happened is I went into an ascension process that's exactly the same thing as Enoch described. Now, Enoch was a spiritual teacher and a theologian around 100 BC, approximately, in early Christianity. And he was not allowed to be in the Bible. He's considered an apocryphal writer, and he was not allowed into the Bible because what he was talking about is what happens when you really get in touch with spirit. So I went all the way up through 9 to 11 dimensions of consciousness into very, very high planes of consciousness and received a whole bunch of teachings at that point. And then the problem was that I was just not going to be a normal child from that point on. And I can't tell you what those teachings were. I can't remember them. I can remember the experience of going up like that.